Hello, boys and girls. Today we will be doing lesson 5.7, order of weight. Order of weight. Now, for this, it's KMD standards 1 and 2. You guys are going to compare measurable attributes of two objects. We're still working on our vocabulary weight. Everyone say weight. Good. Heavier. Good. Lighter. Good. Heaviest. Good. And lightest. Good. So when we think about these vocabulary words, what do we think of? Good. Something that could be really heavy or something that could be really, really light, right? If it's heavy, it's like our hands are going to go down like this. Whoa, it's too heavy. I can't carry it. Okay. So when I want you to think about these words as I read this book to you guys today, and tell me if you find those words useful when I read this book. Okay. All right. So today we're going to read a book. And it's called Just a Little Bit. So I'm going to stand up because it is on my iPad. Okay. So let me go ahead and there we go. I hope you guys can see it. All right. Awesome. So just a little bit. Okay. And this book is, this book is by Anne Tompert, illustrated by Lynn Musinger. Okay, here we go. Oh, there we go. Just a little bit. Okay. Elephant and Mouse were in the park playing on the slides. Elephant sat on the downside of the seesaw, and Mouse climbed to the very edge of the upside. But nothing happened. Why do you think nothing happened? Good. Yeah, it's a seesaw like our app, right? Seesaw. Good, because you need the heavy, you need it to be the same, right? So it can work. Good. The mouse is too small. Okay. Push down, urged the elephant. Push down. Mouse pushed. Along came the giraffe. Let me help you, she said. Giraffe walked up to the board and she sat next to the mouse. But nothing happened. Elephant's end of the seesaw stayed on the ground and Mouse's end stayed in the air. You just need a little bit more help, said Zebra, trotting up the seesaw. And nothing happened. Elephant still stayed on the ground. Mouse still stayed in the air. You need a little bit more help, said Lion, and he pounced up the seesaw. And nothing happened. Whoa, elephant must be really heavy. Everyone together now, urged Elephant. Push down. Mouse, Giraffe, Zebra, and Lion pushed down with all their might. And nothing happened. By then, a crowd had gathered to watch. I need just a little bit more help, Elephant called out to them. Do you think it'll help if those other animals join? Let me see what I can do, said Bear, as he lumbered up the seesaw. Toward them, Mouse, Giraffe, Zebra, and Lion grunted and groaned and grimaced as they pressed down on the board with every last bit of their strength, like, push, push, and nothing happened. Uh-oh, moaned the crowd. Who will help me just a little bit more? Elephant called out to the crowd. How about me? Cried the crocodile. And me, said the mongoose. I'll join the party, called Monkey from the banana tree overhead. She swung down an ostrich's back. You think that'll help? Let's find out. Crocodile, mongoose, monkey, and ostrich climbed onto the seesaw, one at a time, and nothing happened. Oh no, moaned the crowd again. Nothing happened. He'll never get off the ground, said someone in the crowd. Push down, urged the elephant. Mouse, giraffe, zebra, lion, bear, crocodile, mongoose, monkey, and ostrich grunted and groaned and grimaced as they all pushed down on the board as hard as they could. And nothing happened. Oh no. They'll never do it, said someone in the crowd. Let's go. The onlookers had started to move away when a small brown beetle flew down from the sky for a moment. It hovered over the seesaw, then it flew straight to Mouse and landed on his head. Huh. You think that'll help? Down to the ground went Mouse and the rest of the animals. Every little bit helps, Elephant trumpeted over the top of the seesaw. Hooray, 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 cheered the crowd. All it took was a little extra help. With Elephant on one side and moose, giraffe, zebra, little lion, bear, crocodile, mongoose, monkey, ostrich, and the small brown beetle on the other, they all went up and down, while the crowd cheered and clapped. It took a beetle to help them. The end. There goes a little beetle. All right, guys. I love that story a lot. One of the reasons why it's one of my favorite stories, it's because it does. Yes, it talks about a seesaw. Good, just like our app. And most importantly, it's really fun to go on a seesaw. Who's ever been on a seesaw? Good. It's so much fun. And yeah, you see them at the park. Good. So it's really important to remember the elephant was just so heavy. And because he's so heavy, it takes a lot of animals that are big to still weigh the same as him. He is just the heaviest of all of them. So because of that, he was not able to play on the seesaw as easily as it is for you and I. Okay, so if it was me and you on a seesaw, who would be heavier? Good, me. I would be way heavier because I'm bigger. Now, it would take how many students and how many teachers to be able to play? Probably like a lot more students, right? Good, yeah. So we want to remember the elephant was the heaviest. Who was the lightest? Who was the first one that went on there? Who was the lightest? Good, the mouse. He was the first one that went on that seesaw, and he was so light that he just couldn't play seesaw until everyone had to help him, right? So he was the first one on there. He was the lightest, okay? And the heaviest was always that elephant. Okay, so just like we saw in that story, I want you guys to think about the order of weight. I want you to think about what's heaviest and what's the lightest, how we get from lightest all the way up to heaviest. Okay, so with this, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to grab two items around your room, around your house, and I want you to grab something that you think is heaviest, and something that you think is lighter. So heavier and lighter. For example, sorry, boys and girls, I haven't had my coffee. I have a pair of scissors and I have a marker. Okay, these are the items that Miss D has with her today. Now, Miss D thinks the scissors are heavier than my marker. So I'm going to go ahead and say that which one's lighter? Yes, my marker. So I'm going to put the marker here, and I'm going to put the scissors here. Okay? Now, I'm going to try to find something that's even lighter than my marker. Ready? Yes, my tape. My tape is still lighter than my marker. Good job. So lightest, light, and heaviest. The heaviest would be the scissors. Good. The lightest would be the tape. Good job. So just like I did that today, I want you guys to now grab your own 2 items. 2 items. Good. Okay, if you don't have them yet, pause me. Good. Grab your lightest and your heaviest. Good. Okay, here we go. I want you to take a picture of your items, and then I want you to send it to me on Seesaw, so I know that you were able to find heaviest and the lightest. Good. All right, when you guys are done with that activity, go ahead and grab your cards. We worked on these cards last week on Friday, and they are cards that look like this. Okay, black and white cards. We used them for the weight. Good. Today we're going to use them again, but we're going to use them to help us order our weight from lightest all the way to heaviest. That's right, from lightest to heaviest. Sorry guys, Cosmo's playing with his toy. So I want you guys to grab your cards. Okay, go ahead. Miss D is going to grab some tape because she wants to put them on the board. Okay. All right. So are you guys ready? Do you guys have those cards with you? Yes. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Awesome. So everyone should have those cards. If you don't have them, or if you might have accidentally thrown them away because Misty used them already on Friday, that's okay. Just go ahead and grab or just watch the video, and then you'll be able to do it with us, okay? Because I'm going to do it with you guys here. All right, so we're going to see which one is the lightest. So I have a couple cards here that look pretty light. I want you to pick out which ones you think are the lightest. Good. The worm is probably really, really light because it's tiny. In real life, this is really tiny. It's really, really light. So maybe that one might be the lightest, okay? This one, probably the heaviest, huh? Okay, let's put this one on the side. I'll put that one right over there. How about the leaf? Yeah, this is really, really light. Okay, let's put that one close to the worm. I just have it on the side, by the way. So I just have him right here on the side. And then we have a cup. Is the cup heavier than the elephant? No, but is it lighter than my worm and my leaf? No. So it's probably in the middle. So I'll put it right here for the middle. Okay, then I have, oh, this one is probably really light. It's a feather. Really light. So this is probably with the, next to the leaf and the worm. Okay. Then we have a comb for our hair. Good. This is probably in the middle, right? It's heavier than the leaf for sure. So I'll put that in the middle. Then I have the couch. The chair, right? I'm sorry, the chair. Chair is probably a little heavier. So I'll put this one closer to the elephant. And then I have a pumpkin. Yeah, probably closer to the middle. Closer to the middle. And then I have, it looks kind of like candy, right? Candy or grapes. Some type of fruit or peanut maybe. Yeah, probably like in the middle. It's kind of not too heavy. And last but not least, markers. Yeah, markers are not too heavy, okay? Not too heavy. Good. So we'll put that in the lighter pile. Okay, so out of my lighter ones, I have about 4. I think we agreed that these might be the lightest. Now, if we look at them in order, which one do you think would be the lightest? Good, I agree. I think that the worm will probably be the lightest because the worm is the smallest one. The worm is the smallest one. So I'm going to go ahead and do the lightest one. So the lightest one goes first, And I will put that one right there because I think that's the lightest one. Okay, so from order of weight, let's start with the lightest. Okay, now which one do you guys think is next? Okay, I agree. I think maybe the leaf. If not the leaf, maybe the even the feather is very close in that area. So I'm gonna put them right next to each other because I agree. I think that the feather and the leaf are very, very similar in weight. So we're gonna put them right next to each other, okay? So I have a worm, a leaf, and a feather. What do you think is the next heaviest? Or the lightest, because they're all light. Good. Then the marker. Good. So I'll put the markers right there. Okay? All right. So now let's move on to in the middle, like where we think the next one would be. So the last one we have is lightest is markers. Now, we said in the middle we thought it could be this either candy or kind of like jelly beans or even maybe olives, maybe. A comb, and we have a cup. What do you think is the heaviest of these three? Okay, me too. What about the lightest of these three? I agree. The candy or it might be grapes or olives. I think that those would probably be a little lighter. For sure lighter than a cup. Okay? All right. So then what do you think would be next? A comb or a cup? When you hold your comb, do you think it's lighter than your cup? Good. I agree too. Because sometimes if your cup is full, it's probably heavier. All right. So then I'm going to put my comb right next to my fruit, or I hope it's fruit. I'm not too sure what it is. It looks kind of like a grape. All right. And then next I'm going to put my cup. My cup. Okay. So there we go. So far I have the lightest still being the worm, the lightest, okay? And then it gets a little bit by little bit heavier, okay? And then so far my heaviest one is the cup. But there are things that are heavier than my cup. So let's look again. What could be heavier than my cup? We said one more was kind of in the middle. Good, the pumpkin. Because the pumpkin is a little heavier than a cup, right? Yes, it would definitely break my cup if I put the pumpkin on top of a cup, right? Yes, because it's a little heavier. And then here we go to the heavier ones, okay? The heavier ones. Now remember, we left these two to the very end, okay? What do you think is heavier? Good, probably the elephant. So what do you think is after the pumpkin? Probably the chair. Probably the chair. Good. Because I think that the elephant is heavier than the chair. So I'm going to put the chair next. Okay. And last but not least, I'm going to do the heaviest of all, which is the elephant. Good. So in this situation, boys and girls, we have the lightest, which is the worm, all the way to the elephant. Good, because the elephant at the very end is the heaviest. So we always want to remember, when we do order of weight, we want to do the lightest to the heaviest, lightest to heaviest, and lightest to heaviest, okay? So even if they are heavy items, there's always going to be something that is heavier, okay? All right, awesome. So now what I want you guys to do is do it all on your own. So what we have to date is lesson 5.7. For lesson 5.7, it looks just like this. You guys are going to order weight. You're going to cut and paste the pictures from lightest to heaviest. And then you're going to do it from heaviest to lightest. Whoa, that's awesome, right? I want to see if you guys can do it both ways. So first, what I want you guys to do is grab one row and one row. So you'll do one for each on top of each line, okay? So first, we're going to cut out our pictures, okay? Now, the row that starts with the apple, you're going to cut that row out. So here we go. Okay. Now, the apple, the elephant, the leaf, pumpkin, and bear. These you will use for lightest to heaviest. Only for the lightest to heaviest, okay? So you will do those there, okay? But obviously, they're not in the right order. The lightest, it says, is the apple. And it says the next one would be the elephant. That's not quite right. So let's go ahead and do this one together, okay? Let's do this one together, okay? So I have 5 pictures. So I have an apple, an elephant, a leaf, a pumpkin, and a bear. Which one do you guys think is the lightest? Good, good. So we did do this activity, so we already know which one's the lightest. That's right. And for this activity, you will need glue. So have your glue handy. Have your glue handy. Awesome. So I will put the leaf right there because I know that the leaf is the lightest because we said that he was one of the lighter ones, right? Good. And I don't have a worm here, right? So for sure, it's not going to be the worm, but the next one would probably be the leaf. So I already know that one. Good. So then now, what's the next one? These are my pictures that are left. So I have a teddy bear, a pumpkin, an apple, and an elephant. And it says lightest to heaviest. Lightest to heaviest. So we have the leaf. What do you think would be next? Good. The teddy bear. The teddy bears are very, very light because they're super soft. And they are supposed to be pretty light so that we can carry them and take them to our bed, right? Okay, there we go. So we have a leaf and then a teddy bear. What do you think would be next heaviest? So we have a pumpkin, an apple, and an elephant. What do you think is next? Well, let's look for the lightest one of these 3. Pumpkin, apple, or elephant. Which one's the lightest of these 3? Good. The apple. The pumpkin is definitely bigger and heavier than the apple. Good. So the next one would be the apple. So now we look at them again. A leaf is the lightest. The next lightest would be the teddy bear. Then the next one would be an apple. Apple is heavier for sure than a teddy bear. Then we have 2 more. We have a pumpkin and an elephant. I agree. I think the pumpkin is next because we know that if the pumpkin sat on the apple, he'd be a lot heavier than the apple. So that one is next. So now, so far, the lightest is the leaf. The heaviest is the pumpkin. But at the very end, what comes next? Good, our elephant. Because remember, the elephant is the largest of all of these and the heaviest. We learned that here, and we also learned that in the book Seesaw, right? The Seesaw book. Good. So we know he is the heaviest. Good. So now what I want you guys to do is with the following pictures, which is the cup, the chair, the feather, the car, and the orange. I want you guys to order it from heaviest to lightest, all on your own, okay? All right, boys and girls, when you are done, take a picture and send it to me on Seesaw. I'll see you in Hangout.